Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sports Predictions. I'm your host, Movie Master Mike.
And I'm Boston Boy.
We are back in just as mediocre as ever with Week 11 of the 2014 NFL season. Wow, yeah, Week 11. It's crazy. But before we get into that, let's do a quick recap of Week 10, where the Patriots didn't play, so not a whole lot for us to really get excited about.
Yeah.
But Browns at the Bengals, the Browns won. Wow. Destroyed them, really.
Yeah.
The Chiefs and the Bills, the Chiefs won. Good. The Titans and the Ravens won. Big surprise. Cowboys and Jaguars, Cowboys won. Dolphins and Lions won. Good. Niners and Saints, the Niners won. Against the Saints at home, that's kind of weird. Steelers and Jets, the Jets won. Wow.
It's really weird.
Yeah, Michael Vick played.
Yeah.
I hate Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Falcons and Bucks, the Falcons won. Not a huge surprise. Broncos and Raiders, Broncos just destroyed them.
Although the first 10 minutes it looked like it might be interesting. But
yeah, but then it wasn't.
Didn't.
Giants and Seahawks, Giants won, thank God. Rams and Cardinals, the Cardinals won. That was a tough game up until the last quarter, and then it kind of just became silly. But next was the Bears at the Packers, and the Bears just got destroyed by the Packers. I turned it off to play the Madden game in the first quarter. I came back and it was like 40-0 or something. I was like, what?
I think, and that was the first half.
And And then the last game, the Monday game, was the Panthers at the Eagles, and the Eagles won with Mark Sanchez. Wow. So some interesting wins and some good wins for us, being Patriots fans, that the Bills and the Dolphins both lost.
Yeah.
And who else is in our division?
In the AFC.
Oh, the Jets. And the Jets won, but it's their second win. Yeah, who cares?
I think it's funny that the Jets' probably worst fear is Mark Sanchez doing well on the Eagles. I think it's just that. I don't really like Mark Sanchez, but that's great. For the Jets organization, they're just ashamed.
Yeah, that is kind of cool that he's doing well on another team. Like all I had to do was maybe get him some better players or just give him
just good coaching.
Something. Because Rex Ryan sucks. But all right, well, moving on to Week 11. Our first matchup for the Thursday night game is the Bills at the Dolphins. Wow.
Yeah, within our AFC East division, and I guess this is a pretty tough game. I guess the good thing for us is that at least one of these teams is going to walk away with a loss.
Yeah, they're both 5-4.
Yeah, so a couple games behind the Pats. I think the Dolphins are a better team, and they're at home, so that's going to be my pick, the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Bills, they're doing really good this year. I didn't expect them to do this good. But I didn't really expect it from the Dolphins either, but I do think the Dolphins are a better team.
Yeah,
and they're playing at home.
The Lions,
Yeah, so I think the Dolphins are going to win as well. Next, the Texans at the Browns. Interesting game.
Yeah, most games this week are tough. This game could easily go either way, but Browns keep continuing to do really well, and they're at home, and I think the Browns will win this game.
Yeah, the Texans, they're not doing as well as I thought they would. I thought they'd have the 6-3 record instead of a 4-5.
Right.
Yeah, instead of the Browns. It's crazy. So I'm going to have to go Browns as well.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt's a good player and everything, but the Browns just keep,
surprising.
Yeah, surprising me. So I'm going to go Browns. Next, we got the Falcons at the Panthers.
And earlier in the season, it would have been a pretty easy decision, Panthers, but now they've got basically matching records with the exception of that half,
the
tie.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Panthers looked really, really bad last week. Cam Newton, we keep talking about how he gets sacked, and then he gets sacked 9 times. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he gets sacked left and right.
For a mobile quarterback, but I think that's his problem half the time is that, he's holding the ball for so long, and he's trying to run around, and it's just not working for him. And he's hurt. And, again, we always mention that, or I do, that I don't think Cam Newton's a very good quarterback to begin with. And it's unfortunate. They've got a good coaching staff and good defense, or should be a good defense. Anyway, at this point, based on last week, I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Yeah, the Panthers, wow. He does. He gets sacked all the time.
Yeah,
it's like every time I watch a game, he's just getting sacked. And I think you make a good point. He's trying too hard to do what is the option or whatever. Like you have
Right.
to see, like, do I have someone to throw it to, or am I going to run it?
Right.
And he's too worried about that. He's just getting sacked.
Yeah.
He just needs to stand in the pocket and throw it, or just run it. Like not.
But when he does that, he throws picks half the time. So
yeah, you're right. He's completely overrated. I mean, his first season he did good, and his third season he did pretty well.
Yeah.
But in his second, this is his fourth season, I believe.
Right.
He's just doing terrible. And I mean, Atlanta sucks too, and they're both 3-6 and 3-6-1. But we know Atlanta can do much better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Atlanta as well for the win on the road too.
Yeah.
All right, next we have the Vikings and the Bears. The Bears.
I've always disliked Jay Cutler, as a person as well as a quarterback. In the way he twitches, like I've always kind of noticed it, but then lately, like every time I see him on camera, he's twitching around and.
Yeah, you pointed it out to me, and it's like, wow. Then I noticed it last week when we were watching the game. I was like, wow, he does. He's just standing there. And
every time the camera's on him, if he's like, even when he's getting ready to hike the ball, he's twitching around, looking at the defense, But I mean, he's got a strong arm, but that's really all there is to it. They brought him into Chicago to beat the Green Bay Packers. And I think out of all the games that they've played, he's only won one game.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of talk about getting rid of Jay Cutler, which I've been saying all along. Like the dude sucks,
Yeah.
I think they made a mistake by getting rid of McCown.
I don't remember.
Traded him off to the Buccaneers, and he replaced Jay Cutler last year for 4 or 5 games and did really well. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know who their backup is now, but anyhow, Vikings just lackluster all year, so. The Bears are still a better team. I'm going to go with them in the hopes that they don't play the way they did last week. Bears at home.
Wow, this one's tough for me because, I mean, both teams suck. They're both 4-5 and 3-6. Is it still Bridgewater for the Vikings right now?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah? Because I was reading somewhere that it's going to be like the Brady Backup Bowl this week. There's 2 former backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He got hurt. I remember hearing that, but I think they are. I think I did hear they're going with what's his name, Castle.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't Castle. It was 2 other ones, but like I don't know who their quarterback's for. Like it's not the Redskins.
Oh, you know what? No, the Texans. They're starting Ryan Mallett. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay. So it's Mallett and the Browns. Their quarterback is a former backup.
Yeah,
what's his name?
There you go. Hoyer, Brian Hoyer.
Hoyer, yeah. So, okay, that's cool.
That's the one.
Yeah, the Brady Backup Bowl.
But whether it's Castle or
Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to go with the Minnesota Vikings.
As bad as the Bears have been, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a better record.
They have a better record. And the Bears just can't pull it together. So I'm going to have to go Vikings on the road. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears won because the Vikings still suck.
Yeah.
All right, next the Bengals at the Saints. This could be a really interesting game.
Yeah, because it's not a primetime game, and oh great, now I can't think. What's the Bengals quarterback name again? Andy Dalton.
Yeah, were they primetime last week?
Yeah, and had I noticed that, by the way, I mean I saw it, but I don't know why I didn't think about it. I wouldn't have gone with the Bengals.
It was the Thursday night game. That's right.
And but he had a quarterback rating of 2, which is the lowest all time, other than a quarterback in like the 70s or 80s for the Giants. I believe had like a .3 or something crazy.
Wow.
But really, really bad quarterback play. Andy Dalton's never been a great quarterback, but. In prime time, he's just miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, if they make it to the playoffs, it's going to be the same, and they'll have no choice but to cut him. Although I think they gave him a contract recently, so bad decision. Saints are at home. I think the Saints, at this point, it's safe to say, are a better team, at least the latter half of the season hitherto. So, Saints at home in the Superdome.
Yeah, the Saints are always better at home, even though they lost last week at home to the Niners.
Yeah, it was a tight, tough game.
Yeah, in overtime. That was the overtime game, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, the Bengals, they're good, but they have like those weird games where they got destroyed by the Patriots.
Yeah.
They got destroyed by the Browns.
Right.
But I don't know.
not a primetime game, so it's a different team. But
yeah, exactly. Dalton will probably be on his game, but I mean, Drew Brees is one of the greats in the league right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you talk about great quarterbacks, it's Brady, Manning, Rodgers, and him.
Current, anyway. Even all time, I say Drew Brees is his. You know, he's got a lot of records. You know, he's up there.
Yeah. So, yeah, in the Superdome, especially coming off a Superdome loss, so they're probably going to be like, you know, what the hell.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to have to go Saints, even though I think the Bengals are going to be on their game on the road, non-prime time, but I think the Saints are going to win. All right, next we got the Broncos and the Rams. Probably the easiest decision.
Yeah, I don't know that. Well, I already said earlier in the season that if they won, that was going to be, or if they won the game, I went for an upset. I think the Chargers I picked, and they ended up destroying them. So I can't obviously go for the upset this week with the Rams. But I will say I won't be surprised. I mean, especially considering they're at home, and last few weeks they've been playing really well, winning all their games. So.
Well,
they lost to the Cardinals. That's
week,
right.
Yeah.
But they were doing really well at first. It looked like they might win it.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Until Drew Stanton came out, and then they turned it around.
I know. Drew Stanton he's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's not a bad quarterback.
Just keep him. It sucks that they just signed, what's his name?
I know.
It's a huge contract.
That happened when he was on the Bengals, too, when he tore his ACL the first time. And like 2 weeks later, I think, he tore his ACL. But anyhow, not a tough decision, Broncos.
Yeah. The Broncos, they're just so much better. But, like you said, I wouldn't be surprised because the Rams do play some good football. They beat the Seahawks. They played really well against the Cardinals.
And I think I heard they're taking Austin Davis as the quarterback they've been using. They're putting in the other guy, the other crappy quarterback. I don't know if that'll help, but...
I mean, they're 3-6. So, I mean, who did they beat? They beat the Seahawks, and I can't even remember who, but...
I think they beat the Niners. I know it was a tough team.
Yeah.
A few tough teams.
Yeah, the Broncos, they're going to win.
Yeah.
There's no way. And if they do, that'd be fucking awesome, but if the Rams won, but I don't think they will.
No.
All right, next, the Seahawks and the Chiefs. This is a really, really good matchup.
Yeah, based on the year so far, I think this might be the week. Well, they have matching records, so I guess it would still be considered an upset, and that's going to be my upset of the week. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
They beat the Seahawks noise record this year, so against the Patriots. So.
Oh, well, if you're beating a team like the Patriots and slaughtering them, making them look silly, and that was a Thursday night game?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was at prime time. It might have been Monday night, but it was nighttime.
Yeah. Oh, man. The Seahawks just haven't been the same this year. I mean, they only have 3 losses, but it's been 3 losses where you're like, what?
Yeah.
So, Kansas City, like the Cardinals last year, they're just kind of under the radar, winning their games.
Yeah.
You know.
And a tough division, though.
Yeah, and it is a tough division, and because the Chargers were so explosive the first 6 games, and the Broncos, they're the Broncos, so nobody's been talking about them, and now that the Chargers kind of just fell off the face of the earth, like, so. Because for a while it was like, oh, it's going to be the Broncos and then the Chargers, fighting for that wild card spot.
Right.
But now it's probably the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Especially since the Cardinals went first in their division and the Seahawks and the Niners. It's pretty much going to be between the Seahawks, Niners, and Chiefs for one of the wild card spots. Yeah. But I don't have to agree with you. I think the upset. I think the Kansas City Chiefs at home are going to win.
Yeah.
All right, next, Niners and Giants.
Man, I hate the Giants so bad.
Me too.
And, man, they've just been miserable, and it's great.
It is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, without Victor Cruz. They've got that other rookie. He's been pretty good, but, I don't know what more I could say other than... I hope it keeps going that way, and I would pick the Niners to win the game anyway, even on the road, and 49ers.
Yeah, the Niners went into the Superdome and got the win, and they probably should have got the win against, it was the Rams, wasn't it, where they got stopped, Kaepernick got stopped at the 1 yard line. Yeah. And in the press conference, he's all sad, of course, but he was saying, he's like, they asked him, do you think you got past the goal line? He's like, I know I did. Yeah. Like, I got the touchdown, and then with 10 people on me, the ball came out. Like,
right.
So, I mean, because, just the camera angles, there's no way you could have tell.
Yeah.
But, so they probably should be 6-3.
Yeah.
But even so, it shouldn't have came down to that against the Rams. But I think they're a better team than the Giants. And if they can go in to New Orleans and win,
they can go to MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, they can go to New York and win. Don't they share that with the Jets?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
So I mean, it's not really home turf if you have to share it.
Right.
So yeah, I think the Niners are gonna win. Next, we got the Bucs and the Redskins.
Bucs and Redskins. Another. Bucs are one win.
Wow, that's so sad.
Yeah. And I don't really know what more to. I mean, the Redskins are home, better record, better team. I mean, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if the Buccaneers won because they've shown flashes and glimpses of that they can, but then they've shown several more, entire games of just terrible. So Redskins at home.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Bucs won.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Redskins. I mean, the Bucs suck.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right, next, Raiders and Chargers, divisional game.
Man, I almost want to go upset here. This might be the game that they win. I mean, last time they played, it was tough. It was a tight game, and Chargers have been really sucking bad, but 0-9. It's worse than Bucs. I can't do that. I got to go Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland has played some tough games against some tough teams. In the first quarter, it looked like it was like, wow, like they might pull the upset against the Broncos.
Yeah.
But then they just proceeded to get destroyed.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't really be surprised if the Raiders won.
Not at all.
No, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go Chargers. We know that they're a better team.
Right.
So. All right, next we got the Lions and Cardinals.
This is like I don't know if I'd say game of the week, but with Carson Palmer out and the Lions, they are with 7-2.
They are 7-2.
Very good team, and they're kind of under the radar. A lot of places aren't really talking about them, but I mean they have the same record as the Patriots, and then the Broncos. So, man, I don't know. Cardinals are at home with a better record without Carson Palmer, but Drew Stanton holds it down.
Yeah, he does.
I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I put these teams like on the same level. Like neither are like, I don't think either team are as good as their record.
Right.
I mean 7-2 and 8-1, like best in the league. Yeah. And the Lions are doing better than the Packers. Right. Like they even beat the Packers earlier this year. So. But
I think they are a good team. I mean,
I think both of them are good teams. I don't think either of them
are 7-2 or 8-1 good.
Yeah, I think they. I don't know. Like I just think there are teams that the Packers should have beat the Lions, or they probably. If it was a playoff game, I would go. I mean, I would go Packers, every time. But and the Cardinals, I just think there's so many teams that could beat either of these teams.
Right.
But. I mean, as it stands, they're two of the best in the league. So, and man, what's his name for the Lions? Stafford with that weird throw. Man, he can, but it's on the button.
Effective,
yeah. But I'm gonna go Cardinals. I mean, Drew Stanton, I think he should be the starter.
Yeah.
I mean, he started 3 games early in the season, then he got hurt.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did super well when he was playing, and then
that was the one game they lost, I believe, when he got hurt.
Yeah,
had that backup in there.
Yep. And who was that? Was to the Broncos? I forget who we lost to.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it was the Broncos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember watching last week's game, and when Drew came in, he threw like a.
Right away.
40-yard pass.
With an awesome catch, too.
Yeah, it was like, wow. Even the announcers were like, he's not afraid to, throw those passes. I was like, yeah, dude, like, that was awesome. So, I'm going to have to go Cardinals, even with Drew Stanton. I think Drew Stanton's a good quarterback, so.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the Eagles at the Packers.
Yeah, this is a tough week, man. Another tough game. This one I really don't know. I keep thinking about the butt fumble, though, Mark Sanchez, you know. I mean, he did good his first couple games, half a game, 1.5. So, and it wasn't all him either. I mean, he had a solid game, but it wasn't any kind of like mind-blowing game, no. You know. But for Mark Sanchez, it was pretty good. So, but he's not Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers are at home, and I'm gonna go Packers.
Yeah, the Eagles. I mean, they're a good team, as they've proven even without Nick Foles.
Yeah.
With Mark Sanchez, and with the Packers. I mean, Rodgers is one of the best ever, and if he can get it to Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb, then there's no stopping him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Packers. Like you said, they're at home. It's Aaron Rodgers. So, and what was the score last week? I mean, against the
55.
Bears. Yeah, 55-14.
Yeah.
Wow.
Most of that in the first half, too.
Yep. And they sat Rodgers out at least the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And...
Well, he was playing hurt. I mean, you couldn't tell, but, he had a hurt leg or whatever from the prior week.
Yeah.
And that's what they did, so...
Yeah, so I'm going to go Packers at home. All right, next, Patriots at the Colts. This is tough.
Yeah. Part of me, feels almost complacent, I feel like, but I can't. I mean, the Colts are a tough team, and, well, I'm not going to go for the upset, but Patriots, I think, are going to win. I don't know what else I can say.
Yeah, the Colts, they're a good team. I think they're better than their record shows. I mean, 6-3, but I mean, they lost some pretty weird games.
Yeah.
But the Patriots on the road against Andrew Luck, who's a great quarterback, just getting started.
Yeah.
He's got a long way to go. But
he's got a solid team, but they're not great. I mean, he's doing quite a bit with what he's got. He's got the most pass yards in the league right now. We just got T.Y. Hilton, and I can't remember the other guy, but he's aging. He's probably in his last year, it looks like. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I would not be surprised if the Colts
pulled it out.
Yeah, pulled the victory out. But where we stand right now, I think the Patriots can win. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to go to the Colts. They're going to beat Andrew Luck, be like, this is what a seasoned veteran quarterback can do.
Although, I mean, another thing I was saying about earlier is Andrew Luck with his comebacks last year. Would they have 7 or 8 fourth quarter comebacks? So you can't sleep on him, man. And
no, definitely not.
I just hope that the Patriots aren't too confident and complacent. You know what I mean, and feel like they can kind of take it easy because they've been doing so well. But I don't think that's ever their mindset. I think they take every game really seriously. And
absolutely. I think they take the serious games incredibly serious.
Right.
Like the Broncos, the Colts.
The Green Bay Packers coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Like games like that, I think, are the ones that they're most focused on.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure they're focused on every game, but it seems like a lot of times, the Patriots, they play down to teams.
Yeah.
We're playing the crappy Browns back when they were a really crappy team, and we lose.
Beat us, yeah.
The
Bengals.
So.
Or no, I'm sorry, the Chiefs. Although they were a good team, but that was probably one of those.
Yeah. So, but when we know, it's Andrew Luck, he is a good quarterback. It's only his second
year. Yeah.
Second year or third year?
Or no, it is third. Yeah.
Third year. Yeah. And the last 2 years, he just got better and better.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think we can win. I think Gronkowski's healthy. Brady finally has a good rapport with LaFell and some others. So
Tim Wright, the other tight ends.
Yeah. So I think at this point, we actually have a good team. The first couple games, it was
still figuring it out.
Yeah, it's still fucking who's this LaFell guy?
Anytime he gets it to him, he drops it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, and then Edelman fucking, bursting out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Patriots are gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a really good game, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts won.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be surprised if we blew them out either, though. I don't know. I feel like that might actually be the outcome, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that game could go all kinds of different ways. They could blow us out, we could blow them out. It could be neck and neck and come down to the wire, the 2 Super Bowls we lost, where it was you know, we have 2 minutes to score. We score. Now they have 1 minute to score, and they fucking score.
Yeah.
But so I think it could be like that, but I think we'll win. All right, next and the last game of the week, the Monday night game is the Steelers at the Titans.
Yeah, Steelers. First half of the season, not a great team. I was like, wow, they finally are becoming a bad team, and Ben's, you know, on the decline, and that's it, you know. But then 2 6-touchdown games, and then last week they go right back to, you know, really bad game against the Jets.
Yeah, they could not do anything last week.
Jets have a pretty good defense, but not that good. I do feel like if they hadn't started Vic, I mean, as much as I freaking hate Michael Vick, I feel like if they started, I can't think of his name. Geno Smith. I think that the Jets would have lost that game.
Yeah.
So I guess it wouldn't be terribly surprising if the Titans, a better team than the Jets, upset the Steelers. But
are they a better team? 2-7. Well, I guess.
Oh, yes. I didn't.
Well, I guess now they have the same record.
Yeah. Nonetheless, either way, obviously I'm gonna go Steelers here.
Yeah. Yeah, the Steelers, those 2 games, it was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, where did that come from? I mean, I think it was the week before his first 6-touchdown game, or maybe a few weeks before. I was saying, like, you know, Big Ben, he's a good quarterback, and the guy is massive.
Yeah.
You know, and they call him Big Ben for a reason.
Right. It's hard to take down.
Yeah. And he can throw. He's mobile. He can run. You know,
he's a tough dude. He's been riddled with injuries, and he just keeps going.
Yeah. So I mean, you got to respect the guy, even though the whole like rape thing.
Yeah, even though he's a rapist.
He's a good quarterback. I mean, and a lot of times, like, I mean, not to get too off subject, but like, when athletes are accused of stuff like that, it's like, really, like, did they really do it? Like, would they need to do it? Would they do it? You know, the whole like Kobe Bryant thing. But they're
so used to girls, you know, being okay with it, and of course, there's going to be that girl that wants to, you know, be in the headlines and, you know,
try to make money off of it. Yeah. Right. So like, anytime any kind of like athlete or whatever gets accused of something like that, I'm always skeptical. It's like, yeah, they probably didn't do it, but I mean, you never know. But regardless, the guy can play some football, and last week was just sad. Because I fucking hate Michael Vick so much, because he wasn't accused of something, he was doing something.
Right.
You know, he was dog fighting, having them dogs kill each other. When his dog didn't win, he would kill the dog.
Yeah.
So I hate the guy. So it sucks that he beat the Steelers. Even though I don't like the Steelers, I hate the Steelers, but they're a much better team than the Titans. 6-4 and 2-7. So I don't think he's gonna have a 6-touchdown game again, but I think they're gonna
do enough to beat the terrible Titans.
Yeah, the terrible Titans. I like that. So yeah, I think the Steelers are gonna win.
I concur. Yeah, as far as, and then I mean, the you were saying you hate the Michael Vick, not to mention the Jets. You hate the Jets. It's just it's a perfect marriage of, you know, hatred. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know why we got on the Jets there, but other than the fact that they beat the Steelers, but
yeah.
Anyhow.
All right. Well, that was our picks for Week 11. And tune in next week for Week 12 picks and review of Week 11 to see what we got right and wrong. And I can't remember what we got last week. I don't think I got like 3 wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't that many. The Saints game, I know that was one.
Yeah.
A couple others.
Yeah, I got the Browns game, the Saints game, and the... I think that was it. I think it was only the 2.
Yeah. I don't think... Or, no, the Jets. The Steelers-Jets.
Oh, yeah. So it was 3. So we got 3 games wrong out of the...
15?
13?
13.
Yeah, so that's not bad. 10-3.
Yeah. All
right, so yeah, tune in next week for our review of Week 11 and our Week 12 picks. But until then, I'm your host, Movie Master Mike.
And Boston Boy.
All right, see you next time.
Fuck the Jets.
Yeah, fuck the Giants.